Okay, so we have to find GOF and FOG and state their domains. So let's do FOG first for A. FOG at x. That's f at sine squared x. And that means we get square root of sine squared x minus 1. Okay? So we have to solve for the equation of sine squared x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Only when this expression is greater than or equal to 0, right, this entire expression of rooting is valid. So we can factor this sine x, okay, sine x minus 1, sine x plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. So we have sine of x is equal to two ways for this to be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, I mean equal to 0 is easy. Okay, equal to 0 is sine of x is equal to 1 or negative 1. What about greater than 0? Well, it's either both sine of x minus 1 is positive and sine of x plus 1 is also positive. Okay. Or they're both negative. So sine of x minus 1 is negative and sine of x plus 1 is negative. Now, one important thing, remember the sine of x, okay? So I'm talking about the y value on the sine curve. That's a cosine curve. Is actually the minimum value is negative 1 and maximum value is positive 1. So it's actually between negative 1 and 1. Okay, so the maximum value of this is 1. Okay, the maximum value of this is 1. So is it possible for this case here, sine of x minus 1 to be greater than 0? The maximum is 1. This is actually impossible. Okay, there's no such x. And because it's an and condition, there will actually be no solution in this case. Okay, what about here? Negative, certainly this is okay. Okay, but what about here? The minimum value of this is negative 1. So at most what you can do is equal to 0. You cannot be less than 0. For the same reason, there's no solution here either. Okay, I mean here we can have all kinds of x values, but here there's no solution. So the only solution we'll get is from here. So sine of x is equal to 1. Then you get x is equal to pi over 2 plus 2 pi k. Okay, or the negative 1 is, so recall the sine function actually up here. Negative 1 is right here. So we can say minus pi over 2 plus 2 pi k, where k is just the random integer we can plug in. Okay, so that's the answer. That's the domain. Okay, this is a domain for FOG. FOG. Okay, so the story is going to be different for GOF. GOF at x is g at root of x minus 1. So we get sine of root of x minus 1, okay, squared. So the domain of this one is just simple, right? It's just what's under the root. So x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0, so x is greater than or equal to 1. That's the domain. That's a lot simpler, just because the composition is the other way around. So clearly this statement is false, right? Can you conclude that, well, this is false too, right? This is not the same function as this up here. Okay, totally different function, although there are lots of similarities in structure. And also the domain is definitely not the same.